street department, electric department, or a Bob decision, but going up 10th Street Hill by the Bevco, old Bevco building, there's a camper parked in the lot there, and they had an extension cord run across from the house to electric in that camper.
Oh, dear God.
We talked about it.
Then there's a foundation going up the hill where a house is burnt down.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Holland knows that. There's a refrigerator
We're on.
with the doors intact.
Let's stand, please.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have an abbreviated workshop and then a limited alderman meeting this afternoon. I believe the first one up here, the top agenda is the alderman meeting. Trish?
So we decided to just go with a special board of aldermen meeting, and the first order of business is old business to discuss the budget changes. from the
Okay, well,
workshop.
good. It seemed a little redundant anyway to me, but the purpose of this meeting is to discuss the budget and pass the first reading of the budget. And I think that the first thing I'd like to do is let Mark read his letter, Mark, why don't you read your letter, and then we're going to let Trish kind of go over the changes.
You're just talking about the first front page or the whole thing?
Well, no, I think you can read the front page.
Okay.
And then Trish is going to cover the rest of it.
Oh, that's the part I don't.
Okay.
No, I'm done.
This is the budget summary, and this is my letter to you all. The following document represents the budget for fiscal year 2020-2021. This year presents a special challenge because of the COVID-19 pandemic and the uncertainty of the economy going forward. City Clerk Patricia Heaney has spent countless hours researching the impact and potential loss of tax revenue. She has put forth this budget based on the best available information at the time it was developed. I wish to thank her once again for her diligence and hard work during these uncertain times.
Okay,
Thank you, Mark.
thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Trish, when we talked last, you left with several changes to make, and I thought it might be just good to go over the changes so everybody knows that they were all made.
Yeah, absolutely. What we decided to do was to go back and to reduce the first quarter sales tax revenues by 20%. And that was virtually going to offset the offset also by the reduction, taking out the 3% increase we had built into the budget for employee increases in hourly rates. So those kind of offset one another. So what that looks like in general fund is that we reduced the sales tax revenue by $29,500. Half cent and park, since they're just a half cent sales tax each, was $14,000, and our new 7/8 cent sales tax amounted to reducing it by $19,500. We feel like that'll give us a good buffer to kind of see how things go. Another added measure that we did kind of as a safety net was to take out the capital vehicles that were requested out of the half cent street sales tax. So those vehicles were taken out completely. And if you'll recall, that was the truck for $40,000, the spreader and blade for $15,000, and a hydraulic hoist. So we did that, so that's kind of a little, another little extra buffer in case the sales tax is worse than anticipated. The other thing we did was in park, we swapped a couple items. We put the covered deck for the concession stand back into the budget with the caveat that first quarter freeze would remain on that and be assessed potentially later, and decided not to purchase the T-Rex playground equipment. So the one other little tweak I made was the airport grant. that's just gonna make, you just notice the numbers are different, the end result is the same. We had some bills come in right here at the end of this fiscal year that I had budgeted for next year, so I just shuffled some money around, but it didn't impact the bottom line. So again, we took out all the employee increases, so that did impact, gave some extra money to every single department for that. And that's really all that we had to change from our last discussion.
What did we do with the chief's car?
We had taken it out.
Okay, I thought so. And then we made an adjustment in where the money is coming from for part of Tammy's salary.
Yes, we had done that in the last version. The $40,000 we took from, instead of coming out of the general revenue fund, $40,000 of her salary and benefits is now coming out of the lodging tax fund.
And that was one of the major things that balanced us in the general fund.
Yes.
Okay, I think I understand it. This is a fairly straightforward meeting, actually. Does anybody else have any questions about anything specific to the budget? Let's talk about it now. Otherwise, we can have a motion and accept this as first read. We will cover it again at the next automatic meeting.
Well, I mean, you guys have done a fantastic job, I appreciate it. I mean, I know everybody here understands that this next year, we're probably gonna have a lot of budget meetings, depending on sales tax levels and everything else. I'm happy with it the way it is. If no one else has anything they want to throw in, I will make a motion to vote on this. Anybody else?
I had one thing I'd asked Tricia about, make sure on Tammy's there where you got some contractors you want to put on board, that those monies would come out of tourism also, not general fund. Okay, I just want to clarify that.
Okay, so we have a motion to accept this budget for this first read. Do we have a second?
I'm sorry. I'll need to read it, or somebody will need to read it.
Okay, go ahead, please do.
An ordinance, bill number 2020-12, an ordinance providing for the budget for the city of Hermann, Missouri for fiscal year 2020 and 2021, and establishing a salary schedule for officers and employees of the city of Hermann, Missouri for fiscal year 2020-2021.
Okay, now, having read that and Dave made a motion, do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second here. A motion's made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. The motion is passed, first read. There's no one here for citizens' comments? That concludes our business for this afternoon. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Okay, we're finished. Thank you.
Ms. Tricia, you want these? First,
Yeah, I can take those back and give them back to you at our next meeting,
Okay.
or you can keep it, either way.
I'll just keep it in.
I mean, I'll keep it if that's okay. If you said bring them, make sure to bring them to the meeting, I thought maybe you wanted them
You know,
back.
actually, we're gonna have some nice newly bound ones for you.
Yeah, we always get that. All right, very good. Short and sweet.
Go back and rescue Darlene from the beach.
I understand why we needed to have a workshop. And then do that again, but